Hello, fellow gamers. Welcome to the channel where we explore the depths of the Elder Scrolls world. Today, we are going to talk about a popular build for the Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim, the Berserker build. So, get ready to sharpen your axe and slice through your enemies as we dive into the details. Before we begin, don't forget to check out my Twitch channel for live gameplay, and grab your free character creation kit over in the Discord. Now that's out of the way, let's get to it, shall we? Firstly, before we get into the details of the build, let's discuss what it actually means to be a Berserker. A Berserker is a fierce warrior who fights with reckless abandon, fueled by rage and fury. In Skyrim, the Berserker build focuses on heavy armor, two-handed weapons, and a playstyle that values brute strength over finesse. The best races to choose for this kind of build are the most obviously brutish. That would be our old friend, the Orc, or our other favorite brutes, the Nords. So let's start with the armor. Choose the heaviest armor that you can get your hands on, level up from Iron to Daedric, and make sure to level up your smithing skill to improve your armor rating. Heavy armor increases your defense against physical attacks, allowing you to withstand more hits while you close in on your enemies. The Berserker's armor should focus on increasing stamina and health regeneration, and reducing the stamina cost of power attacks. Next, let's talk about the weapon. A Berserker build focuses on two-handed weapons, as they deal massive damage and have a longer reach than other weapons. The best two-handed weapon in the game is the Daedric Greatsword, but you'll need a high level of smithing to craft it. So, in the meantime, you can use other greatswords that you acquire on your travels. Now, onto the skills. As a Berserker, you'll want to focus on skills that increase your damage output and survivability. It is recommended to focus on skills like two-handed weapons, heavy armor, block, and restoration. Level up two-handed weapons to increase your damage output, heavy armor to increase your defense, block to allow you to shield yourself from incoming attacks, and restoration to keep yourself healed in battle. The two-handed skill tree is the most important skill tree for the Berserker build. You should focus on the following perks in this skill tree to maximize your damage output. Barbarian increases your damage with two-handed weapons by 20%. Champion Stance. Power attacks with two-handed weapons cost 25% less stamina. Great Critical Charge. Sprinting power attacks with two-handed weapons do double critical damage. Sweep. Sideways power attacks with two-handed weapons hit all targets in front of you. Devastating Blow. Standing power attacks with two-handed weapons have a higher chance to decapitate enemies. Lastly, let's talk about tactics. A Berserker build is all about being aggressive in combat. Rush into battle head-on, and use power attacks to deal massive amounts of damage. Use your heavy armor to soak up damage and draw enemies' attention, and be sure to use block to defend yourself when necessary. Keep a restoration spell on hand to heal any damage that you've taken, but don't forget to use your stamina wisely. The Berserker build is all about being aggressive but also smart. You need to know your limits and be able to judge when to rush in and when to retreat. You should also master the timing of power attacks, as they will be a crucial part of your damage output. So, to summarize, the Berserker build is all about dealing as much damage as possible while maintaining mobility and survivability through alchemy. Remember to use your Berserker Rage ability to deal massive damage and take less damage for a short period of time. One thing to keep in mind with the Berserker build is that it's not a very defensive build. You'll need to rely on your speed and agility to avoid attacks, as well as your ability to dish out damage quickly. It's also important to invest in health and stamina upgrades, as you'll be using a lot of both during battles. If you're looking for a build that will let you rush into battle and take down enemies quickly, then the Skyrim Berserker build is definitely worth considering. With this build, you'll be able to wield two-handed weapons with ease and deal devastating blows to your opponents. You'll also have access to powerful shouts that can stun or knock back enemies, giving you an advantage in combat. Overall, the Skyrim Berserker build is a great choice for players who want a fast-paced, high-damage playstyle. It's not for everyone, but if you're willing to take some risks and play aggressively, it can be a lot of fun. So if you're ready to charge into battle, go get your great sword and go berserk.